Hello, everyone. Welcome to the I'm Empowered, It's My Life 2021 Self Advocacy Conference. My name is Susanna Gamis, and I am the Executive Director at Resources for Independence Central Valley, otherwise known as RICV. I am so excited about the opportunity to present to all of you on the importance of self care because really, it isn't selfish one bit to take care of yourself, right? So here we have slide number 1, looking good, feeling good. That is the title of my presentation. So oftentimes, we hear about how important it is to build good relationships with others, our friends, our families, our coworkers, and so on and so forth. Well, there is an even more important relationship that we need to prioritize, that we need to make sure is the best relationship that we have. Which do you think that is? If you said with yourself, you're absolutely right. It really, really matters the relationship that we are building with ourselves. It is you ask yourself, is it a good one? Is it not so good? Is it somewhere in the middle? How we feel and how we interact with ourselves can really reflect and show in the relationships that we build and that we have with others. The great thing is that no matter where we are in the relationship with ourselves, we can always figure out how to make it better. And we can start by thinking about what we can do to take care of ourselves. What can we do more of? What can we do less of? You know, think about what works for you. So imagine this, you're starting your day off, and when you think of yourself or look in the mirror that one last time, do you say, hey, looking good? When you when you say something like that, it really comes from feeling good about you. Slide number 2, feeling good. Take better care physically, emotionally. So, what are we doing to ensure that we are feeling good physically and emotionally? These are connected, and it's so important to find a sort of a balance between them. For example, are we doing things to keep ourselves physically feeling good and doing things that are helping keep positivity in our minds? This is where it gets to be fun because we get to explore what things will help us reach this balance. So, as a result, we begin feeling good more and more. It's good to point out that we are not perfect, right? But what is important is that we always keep striving for that balance, that we're working towards it. That is what advocacy is all about. It's about, discovering about yourself, learning about yourself, knowing when to redirect, knowing when you get off track, that it's okay to get back on track. But, keeping in mind that, we never want to give up on ourselves, and we always want to look for ways to take care of ourselves. So taking steps to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally, it can mean that things like stress and anxiety can decrease. And in turn, things like self-esteem. So your self-esteem and good health can increase. Results come from not just talking about it, but being about it, right? If we want to be looking good and feeling good, we always have to take action. Slide number 3, taking care on the inside and thinking positive thoughts. When we talk about communication, many times we think about conversations and interactions with others. Well, we have a lot more conversations with ourselves. Our minds are constantly producing messages. Those messages, they can be negative or they can be positive and can affect you as a person. On the slide, it says, it has a quote and it says, I choose to be happy, healthy, and successful. So I really believe that if we constantly send positive messages through our thought process, or in other words, have positive conversations with ourselves, they can manifest into your reality. They can happen. So these positive thoughts are known as positive self affirmations. And I just want to share some examples with you. Some other examples are things like I'm courageous and I'll stand up for myself. Um, I am an amazing person. I believe in myself. I'm a great artist. And just like the title of the presentation, I'm looking good and I'm feeling good. So take a few seconds and sing yourself a positive self affirmation. So slide number 4, identify areas of negativity. So, we all have areas in which we need to work on or at least improve upon, right? And, it's really important to be honest with oneself. And then once we are able to identify, these areas of negativity, we can take steps in turning it around. So this is the first step, is identifying those areas. The next step is, we're exploring what will work for you to do away with these negative areas will be beneficial. So some ways to address areas of negativity is through actions like, and as stated on the slide. So the first one is positive self-reflection. So this means taking time to think and learn about yourself. The second one is affirmative thoughts. And this is about you taking time and choosing to have thoughts that are positive and that build up your confidence and not the contrary. And the last one is recalling happy memories. And I think it's really cool to be able to, reminisce and remember happy things, things that you have experienced in your life, because when you recall these memories, it can they can bring back the good feelings you felt then and remind you to make more of those types of memories, create more of those memories that are positive and help you feel happy. So slide number 5, surround yourself with positive people. And on the slide, it has a quote, make a life with unlimited potential and a successful system of support. Ask yourself, what do you want from life? What do you want from people around you? So looking good and feeling good, it stems from your own thinking, but reality is that it can be really hard to maintain that if we do not have people around us that are positive. So when we are surrounded with positive people, people who are, who are empowered, who are happy, who feel less stressed, who really know how to deal with, things like conflict in a positive way, it in turn increases the chances of us feeling empowered, feeling more happy, feeling less stressed, and learning ways to deal with unexpected conflict in a more positive way as well. So can you think of at least one or more positive people in your circle or your network of support? And another question, you can ask yourself is, would you consider yourself as that positive force in other people's lives? Because, positive people, they come with good energy and can motivate others to be positive. So surrounding yourself with more people who are positive, it can also help you build a stronger relationship with yourself. Slide number 6. The quote reads, when you are feeling good on the inside, you are more likely to take care of your emotional health and participate in self-care. You are more likely to smile, stand up straight, and have a better complexion. People will notice you. So when you are feeling good on the inside, without even trying, it shows on the outside in how you interact and in the things that you choose to do, and even your body language that you communicate to others. Those positive conversations you have with yourself will, It will help you to choose things that are good for you and that promote positive self-care. It will show in the way you work. It will show that you are working towards the balance of being physically and emotionally looking good and feeling good. Slide number 7. Mental, emotional, and physical health are all equally important. As I had mentioned earlier, these are all interconnected, and when one is down, the others can tend to go along. That is why it is so important to find a balance and find ways to help you take care of yourself that promote self-care, especially in the areas that you may struggle with. For example, if we are feeling emotional about something, some of us may resort to eating more to deal with those emotions, right? Um, that can affect you. That can affect your mental health and physical health in a negative way. In the end, it is our choice how we balance these. So, what will you choose? Will we choose things that help to balance our mental and physical health in order to accomplish looking good and feeling good? It is so important to choose things that will balance and connect these in a positive way. So here are some examples of things that you can do. You know, so for example, you could begin by making yourself a priority, choosing to take care of yourself, to include self-care in your daily life, being kind to yourself, showing gratitude, exercising, finding a person you can confide in, giving compliments, eating nutritiously, and making sure that we're not overdoing it with the foods that will affect you or that can affect us in a negative way. Maybe you can do something like join a social group, um, and something that many of us can struggle with is thinking before we act, and also making sure that each day that you're doing things that you enjoy and using positive words. And some examples of positive words are like using words like, I am willing to try this out. I'd love to learn more about this. Or the famous one, I can do it, and so much more. There's so many more positive things that we can incorporate into our lives. So begin exploring ways that will help you balance your mental and physical health. Figure out what works for you, and choose to take the steps towards accomplishing that positive balance between them. So overall improved health, it can have positive results like being able to work with others better, feeling less stressed, and just feeling physically healthier. So slide number 8. You are what you eat. We've all heard that one before, right? The truth is that your mental health is affected by your physical health. For example, if you're feeling physically stressed about a personal issue, your mental health can suffer. So it's important to find positive ways to deal with that stress. The things that we choose to eat can either have results that are not so great or are really great. So keep in mind that eating nutritious foods, as you see on the slide, can it could produce more energy. You can feel more energetic. It can improve your sleep. I mean, how many times do we kind of binge at night watching a movie, and then you don't have the greatest night of sleep? It can improve your mood. Um, it helps you look your best, and it helps you feel your best, right? So looking good, feeling good. Um, so the last that I will mention um, as far as this topic is, food can control the type of health that you want to have. So if you increase eating things that are good and balanced and balance it with exercise and doing more things to help take care of yourself, you will begin working more towards looking good and feeling good. Slide number 9. Staying active is as good for your brain as it is for your body. So incorporating time, even if it's just 15 minutes a day to regularly exercise, will significantly improve not only your physical health, but your mental and emotional health as well. You'll find that you sleep better, you'll find that your memory will improve and that it can relieve stress. So search for or create opportunities in which you can include time for exercise each day. So it's not just about, positive words and, it's about getting your body moving and making sure that um, you are incorporating exercise in your daily life. Um, so some examples can be taking a walk, using small weights to, build some muscle, taking a break and, dancing for a few minutes. Find, you can even go on YouTube and find some free exercise routines. So there's so many things that you can do to make sure that you're staying active and keeping your brain and your body healthy. So slide number 10, personal hygiene. So making sure that, we also maintain and practice good personal hygiene is a part of looking good and feeling good as well. Doing things to make sure your personal hygiene is at its best, can really help to keep your body clean and healthy. So making time um, and staying consistent can have positive results and can even decrease unwanted illnesses. So, for example, brushing your teeth twice a day and going into the dentist for a good cleaning, once or twice a year it can help maintain good, strong teeth and prevent cavities and unwanted additional trips to the dentist, right? Which means, spending more money that you don't want to spend. um, and another example that has been highlighted by the spread of the coronavirus is to make sure you wash your hands. I mean, practicing washing your hands can help prevent the spread of germs or even you becoming ill. So it can prevent these things. So making sure that you have a routine that you follow each day so that your personal hygiene is at its best is something good to do and to just really stick to it because as the slide says, practice makes perfect. Um, and if you think about it, that is what self-care is all about. It's about practicing things that will help you be mentally and physically healthier. And personal hygiene is a part of that. So looking good and feeling good is so important in um, helping us really, reach our full potential. So, take action and figure out what works for you and make sure that, you make yourself a priority and practice self-care. So that is the end of my presentation and thank you very much. And I hope that everyone has a wonderful day and you enjoy the rest of the conference. Take care.